Another day, another palm tree. But we're gonna learn a lesson today, kids, about palm trees. Specifically, about Kentia palm trees. See, there's some right over there. There's another one in there that failed, and it predictably failed. And I shall tell you why. It didn't have to fail, but it did. I didn't plan it. Part of the reason it failed, right? Yeah. So let's get this thing off the truck, and I'll tell you all about that. Woo! There's another one. Slotted it right through there. I gotta love this truck. Whoops. Whoops. A little bit to the right. A little bit to the right. There. What do you think? How's that look? Looking good? Looking good? Okay, you guys. See all these rings? Every one of these rings was a palm frond, right? So you got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the matter of like 3 inches. That's like a whole year of growth. The reason these are so close together is it was grown in the sun, making it a really tough, hardy plant. Look at all these rings. Ring, 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 ring. The closer together they are, the more sun acclimated this plant is and wind acclimated. When they're in the shade, they stretch out. These stretch out, right? Well, other growers grow them in the shade so they know they can grow them faster, but then they end up with a weak plant. So here you have one where they're pretty stretched out. See here, this was grown in semi-shade, but it is acclimating, thank goodness. We have another one over here. These trees were not sold by me. Another one over here, which, you know, they're pretty spaced out again. It's grown in semi-shade. But then look, once it got into the sun, here, you can see that the rings are closer together. So it's starting to adapt to the new conditions. You see that? Tighter rings. But still not as tight as my tree that was grown in full sun in Richmond, getting ready for the real world with wind and sun. And the reason that this tree, those rings are spaced a little bit more is because of this magnolia. It's providing a little bit of shade for it. And so it's not fully sun exposed. But let me show you, and of course this is the tree that we're gonna plant today. Let me show you why we're here. And some of these nurseries will grow these things in the shade, and they'll basically create a shade-grown plant, and then they'll sell it, and people will put it in full sun, and this is what happens. It took 5 years for this to happen. Look at this, remember? I had 5 fronds, like 3 inches. This has 1 frond in about 5 inches. See that? Is that coming out? Let's see, let's get better lighting on this. Right here. See that? About 5 inches right there. Look, 1 frond, 2 frond. Are you kidding me? They get 5 fronds here. This thing has grown like 1.5 feet a year. The only problem with that, once you put it in full sun, it dies. Then you got to call me up to get another one. So let the lesson be learned, people, party people, that when you see rings spaced out like that, you shouldn't be buying that plant to put in the sun. If you put it in the shade, that's probably okay. Now, if you call me, you know you're going to get a good product, because I don't send good product or bad product out, only good product. So that's what we're doing. So now they got to pay the big bucks to get me out here. And they had to look at this tree over 5 years slowly decline, the centerpiece of this beautiful garden. And now they had to hire me to make a big mess and get another one that is much hardier. So don't make that mistake. Just call me up the first time, people. Let's get it done right the first time. Look at those rings. Super tight. Look at that nice, tight, sun-grown head. Ready for the wind, ready for the sun, ready for adversity. There she is. all cleaned up, looking pretty. Look at that. Good job, Louise. All right. Look at this. So they're yellow when you first take off the frond sheaths right here. Frond boot, it's like a boot. And cut off the seeds here. And then as the sun gets on this, it will turn a beautiful, beautiful green. And as you can see again, remember the lesson of the day, children, is to have the, if you're gonna take a tree, you're gonna put any kind of plant in the sun and the wind, maybe it's a good idea to get that plant from a nursery that's growing it in the sun and the wind. And in the case of Kentia palms, you'll know that because these things will be so close together. And one last look at this most beautiful tree. There it is. There it is. Oh, wow. Does it focus off or something? Now that's better. How's that? Look how hypnotizing it is. Just I'd say listen to the fronds, but got some background noise going. But just the glistening, hypnotic effect of the fronds is really fun. All right, one last pan out. Oh, so pretty. People who don't like palm trees, I just don't understand. I'll never understand it. Oh well.